Hello everyone, it's Porcelain, and welcome back to a segment that finally has a name. This is Sunday Sketch Talks. Hopefully they'll come out on Sunday. They are filmed on Sunday, and if they come out on Monday, I'm really sorry. The first one did. So we're going to start out this video, like the last, with requests from my DeviantArt that I'm going to sketch. And we are going to actually start with another pony one. This is going to be for Lix-D. And it's her OC pony tracing sketch. And the second piece in this episode, I promise, just like last time, will not be a pony. And just so that while I'm doing the sketching portion, this doesn't get stale, I have pulled up on my computer, since I didn't get any comments on the last video yet, I've pulled up on my computer a bunch of random questions from Google, and I'm going to try and answer some of them in this video if I run out of things to talk about. But first, we are going to start out with the picture. And though tracing sketch is seems to be an artist pony, I sort of feel like drawing a more traditional sort of horse pose. I don't do a lot of, you know, horse type poses, maybe like a running pose. We'll see what happens. So before I start out with just answering random questions, I want to talk a little bit about this channel and what it's all about. It's not just me sketching and talking to a camera awkwardly in my basement. By the way, sorry you guys aren't seeing the tablecloth. I didn't put it back after filming my first tutorial video, which will hopefully be out soon. So yes, oh yes, talking about this channel. So basically my goals for this channel, really it's just to share my love of DIY and thrifting with a wider audience, and also to inspire myself to do a lot more DIY and do it regularly, and hopefully help other people at the same time, maybe learn a lot more along the way myself. That would be really awesome, because I love learning new things and picking up new skills. I'm also going to be doing these sketch videos regularly. I'm going to be doing my tossed and found videos regularly, as you guys are going to notice. Those ones are actually the easiest ones for me to film, so they'll be out most regularly. Alright, so this is sort of just like a walking pose. I actually kind of like this walking pose a lot. I've never drawn one like this before. So, on to her features. Using sketch. Alright. So I can only see her from one side in this reference, but I will do my best. Now I want to remind everyone that I am formerly a writer, not an artist. Art is really just a hobby of mine. It's something I love to do. I find it relaxing. Sometimes I do it on compulsion just because I just enjoy it so much. So, there's that. So, all of these pieces are going to be kind of amateur, but along with the rest of my channel, these videos are a lot of the time to help me improve, as well as to showcase just different things. Because what is the internet without content? And there needs to be all levels of content. I like to think mine is sort of a happy medium. Not good, Well, not terribly amazing. I don't think it's bad necessarily. I'm really enjoying making these videos, and hopefully you guys will enjoy them as well. And don't forget to put what you would like me to draw in the comments of this video for the next one, because I would really like to get at least like one comment from this video that I can draw in the next one. I would love that. And if there's only one comment, then there's a really high chance that I will be drawing it, because there's not going to be a lot of competition. That's her cutie mark. She's such a cute pony. Well, on her reference anyways, she is. She's got a nice simple tail, just very flowy. I like simple tails. I find myself compulsively sketching ponies when I'm in my lectures in university, and often they'll have very simple manes and tails. And I'll just make up random ponies in my lectures. I won't generally draw ones that already exist. Let's give her something to be looking at. Let's give her a flower. Sorry for the awkward pauses. I'm still getting used to this series. I find the most difficult. I'm really used to just drawing on my own. But I am still enjoying doing it, so I am going to continue doing it. Hopefully it receives good feedback so that I can continue. Not that I wouldn't continue with not positive feedback. You know. Right, so now we're gonna line it. So I have up some random questions here. Let's see, what am I going to answer first? Just pick a random one here. How many hats do I own? That's number 70 on this list. How many hats do I own? That's a really random question. And as for how many cats I own 5. That is a story for another day. They're rescue cats, so I'm not a crazy cat lady, I swear. But how many hats do I own? Let me think about it. Probably 12, not including costume hats. I have magic hats because I'm a magician, so I have a couple of those. Then I have a lot of other hats just because, you know, some people are really into shoes or purses or something like that. I like purses, but not like most people, well, most generally women do. But I do really love hats. I just feel right wearing something on my head, whether it's a hat or a headband or something. I wear a lot of stuff on my head, so yeah, I own a lot of hats. I own some really old sort of military style hats. No generic baseball caps. What else do I own in hats? I own a cowboy hat that's black with the skull and crossbones, but I never wear it. I don't know, probably just because it's a cowboy hat. That's why I don't wear it. Not because of the skull and crossbones. Yeah. And my winter hat has sort of little cat ears on it. And I've owned it since I was in the 6th grade, so had it for a long time. I've always liked hats. Is basically the moral. Next question. Let's see. 75. Have you ever been on TV? And actually I have. I was on this show on TVO Kids. Some of you, well, a lot of you don't know what this is, but I was really young. I was, I think, 7 at the time. And I was on this show on TVO Kids called Spells. and they asked kids to come in and perform magic tricks on camera, and they featured some of them in the show. And I was one of the kids that they chose. Yeah, magic again, because I actually am a professional magician. I started performing magic when I was 8 years old, and it just sort of escalated from there. I can do more videos about that. I probably won't do any videos of me performing unless there is a real demand for it, then maybe I will. But yeah, so that is, yeah, magic again. Magic's why I have hats. Magic's why I was on TV. Let's see if I can get another random question. Okay, number 102. Do you like scary movies? I love scary movies. Not as much scary movies as just horror in general. I love horror literature. I love creepypastas. Good ones, at least. Sorry about all the ums. This is not scripted at all. None of my videos are. I just sort of wing them and hope that they turn out alright. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I just love horror in general, so yeah, I enjoy scary movies. I find most of them don't do well at scaring me. I'm trying to remember the last time I was genuinely scared by a horror movie, but I'm having a real hard time thinking of one. Okay, I'm going to color this, and as always I'm going to speed up the coloring process for you guys, and I will continue answering the question after. So there we have Tracing Sketch, owned by LixD. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it. She's a very interesting pony. She has like the ability to conjure like these like ethereal wings, which actually, let's draw a quick pair of wings like in her reference. You should actually go and check out the reference for this OC. It's pretty cool if you're interested in fan-created ponies. You might be interested in her because she's actually a really nice concept. So there we go. That's Tracing Sketch. I think she's super cute. I love natural colors in ponies, which you probably wouldn't get from looking at the ones I've created. But yeah, I think she fits in really great with her environment. And we are going to move on to the next one. So the next request was not actually off my DeviantArt. It's from a conversation I had with my Skype friend, but I was very hard pressed to find non-pony or not even pony related requests for this week, and they were like, oh, you should draw Mabel from Gravity Falls. So I was like, okay, I'll try drawing Mabel. I've never drawn anything in that style before, so it should be interesting. I have references up here. But yeah, let's see if we can draw some Mabel. I really like Gravity Falls. I think it is an amazing piece of animation and a really great series. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing with your time, but if you like cartoons, you will definitely like Gravity Falls. They have these cute little round ears. Oh, so cute. And big eyes. It's very difficult drawing in different art styles for the first time, but I think it's kind of fun, you know, you're experimenting, you're trying something new. And that's how you learn, that's how you grow as an artist, by trying new things. You're not going to grow if you're not trying brand new things. And I like that Mabel has braces. I think they're just sort of a really understated thing about her character. They just sort of add, the characters in Gravity Falls all feel very real in their own way. They were like really well thought out, so I think it's just another thing that adds to her. And she's adorable. Plus she has a pet pig, so could you not like someone with a pet pig? She's got her headband. So this is obviously my take on the Gravity Falls style, because for the first time I can't draw completely in that style. But I think she's turning out pretty okay so far. She has like these big hair whooshes. They sort of go like, yeah, like that. They have little loop-de-loops like Pinkie Pie's mane. And the characters all have little necks. Sorry, I'm coughing a bit. So yeah, I'm a big Gravity Falls fan. It's one of my favorite cartoons. Some other cartoons I'm a fan of, let's think. Well, there's My Little Pony, of course. A whole bunch of anime, because I'm into anime. Yeah. And Adventure Time. I actually, a long time ago, I actually really hated Adventure Time. I just didn't get the point. I watched a couple episodes and I just didn't get it. I didn't understand. I was like, why is this so popular? I didn't really judge because, I mean, I'm a fan of My Little Pony, which a lot of people don't understand. So, no judgment, but I really, like, it just seemed really stupid to me. But a lot of people just, like, kept really liking it. And so one day I was like, you know, I really want to like this series. It seems kind of cute and charming. So why don't I give it a watch? And I did, and I actually ended up forcing myself to watch it all the way through, because I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to try and force myself to watch this show. I better do it all the way through, then I can judge it. And I ended up falling in love with it. Honestly, I think it was the dynamic Though it doesn't really appear much, it's definitely the dynamic between Marceline and Princess Bubblegum that drew me in. I think they are a great pair. I wish that they could have their own sort of little focused series, especially since the creator claims they used to be in a relationship, so I think that would be super cool to see explored. Mabel's sleeves are so long that they obscure her hands. That's so adorable. And her legs are odd. They sort of like bend. Maybe I'll bend this one up. It's like walking along, maybe talking to Dipper. Yeah. Actually, I don't think this is too bad for my first time drawing something from this art style and this series. I've been meaning to draw some fan art for Gravity Falls for a while now, just because I do enjoy it so much. I also would really like to draw some art for Madoka Magica, because I'm a big fan of that anime. Though that's a lot more of an ambitious project than a little sketch like this of Mabel. And let's see, what will she be looking at? Well, she has a pig. Maybe a flying Waddles? Let's see if I can draw Waddles, her pet pig. He's sort of like this shape. He has these tiny little arms that go into points. And this sort of fat, big face. And little ears. That's the spot around one of his eyes. And his nose. And yes, I had to look up reference for Waddles as well, because I do not know these characters off the back of my hand like I do some of the pony characters and such. But the poses are all original, so. And likewise with the rest of the pieces of artwork. There's his little curly tail, and I'm gonna say maybe this is when he was really smart. Maybe he has a little propeller. No Waddles. Silly pig. So there's his little propeller. Oh yeah, walking along with Waddles. Yeah, I think Gravity Falls is great. So yeah, I'm gonna line her and answer another question. Okay, random question number 133. Do you decorate the outside of your house for Christmas? So yeah, my family does celebrate Christmas, and we sort of decorate the outside of our house. We put up Christmas lights. That's it. That is the extent of us decorating our house for Christmas outside. Obviously inside we have a tree, and stuff like that, but all we do outside is a few lights. It's nothing extravagant. However, what my family is really big into is Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday. I love it so much. It's always been my favorite. With my love of horror, you guys can probably guess why. There's lots of reasons for me to love Halloween. But yes, so we go all out for Halloween. We decorate the outside, I have parties and decorate like the inside of my house. I dress up, I take my costumes really seriously. I really don't like half-ass costumes, and I always home make my costumes. I never just buy one and wear it. I will go out and find pieces and assemble a costume, and often I'll have to make pieces. I don't do a lot of sewing for it or anything, but I will assemble things and make stuff for my costumes. So yeah, we go all out for Halloween. I would be happy if it was Halloween like twice a year. Yeah. Nothing against Christmas or any other holiday, it's just Halloween's my favorite, and it's just sort of our family tradition to go all out for it instead. Which kind of fits in really well with the Gravity Falls picture. Alright, number 121. What's the longest you've ever grown your hair? Probably about the length it is now. It falls almost below my shoulder blades. I've always had long hair. I've actually never cut my hair short in my life. I've never ever had short hair. I guess it's just because I really like having the option to do stuff with my hair, and with short hair you have a lot fewer options. So I stick with the long hair option. And the one thing I did do to my hair once is I dyed it. I once dyed it, part of it bright pink, and I have blonde hair, so I dyed the underside and some of the sides of it this nice bright pink. It actually really complimented my hair, and though I don't really wear a lot of pink, I'm not a pink sort of person, I really liked the color in my hair. So that's what I've done to my hair. Alright, number 204. As a kid, were you ever frightened of a monster under the bed or in the closet? Actually, yeah, sometimes I would be, like, afraid of things in the dark, but it was never the monsters under my bed or in my closet, because when I was little I actually did sort of believe they existed, or I theorized that they probably existed, but what I thought is as long as I played them music or a storybook at night, and as long as I talked to them, they would be friendly to me. This is my theory. If I was nice to the monsters and acknowledged them but was really nice to them, they would be my friends and they would protect me from other monsters. That was my theory. I guess it worked because no monsters ever got me as a kid. So, and also under my bed, looking back, it would have been silly anyways to think there was a monster under there, because my bed has cupboards in the bottom of it. It's not a space any monster could fit in unless they were the size of a hamster, really, because those drawers were also full. So, wouldn't really be feasible for a monster to have been living under my bed, and I sort of like it that way. Nowadays, since I am really into horror, I am more afraid of like the human types of horror, like the creepy things that human people can do. So I don't really fret over those sorts of things as much. Alright, so here we have Mabel and Waddles. And as always, this next bit, when I'm coloring her, I'm going to speed up. Maple. She actually turned out a whole lot better. She actually turned out a whole lot better than I thought she would, since it's my first time drawing in this style. I think I made her a little taller than she is in the actual cartoon, but that's alright. I really like her and how it turned out even with waddles, so yeah, thank you to my friend for requesting this. And we're gonna move on to our last one. So this last request is for Winged Justice, who requests either Luna being cute or maybe pulling a prank on Celestia. So I love Luna. I think she's a great character. And so I'm going to draw it. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to draw her doing yet. The princesses have very different facial structure from the rest of the cast, so I find that interesting. I don't really draw them as much, but it's alright. Alright, so next random question is... Have you ever set yourself on fire? Let's go with that one. I can't remember a time that I've set myself on fire, so I would say no. But I have almost set myself on fire before on stage, and actually I was recruited to do special effects on a version of Cinderella that was put on by one of the local community theater groups because of my magic, and one of the tricks involves the fairy godmother using fire, like making a fireball like magically appear. It was a good trick, but during the one version of the show I chose to attend, the trick went wrong and Cinderella's dress caught on fire, which was very interesting. Luckily, it wasn't too bad. They managed to put it out and made a little joke about it in the show, but yeah, it was just so perfect that the one night I actually go to see the show is the night that everything goes wrong and they set Cinderella's dress on fire. So that's what you want if you're a princess whose life already sucks. You want to get set on fire. Who knows, maybe you do. So I'm just doing a very natural pose for Luna. One thing about MLP is they actually do a really good job of making their princesses look elegant. Like, their designs are actually quite elegant, so yeah. Sorry if this isn't cute enough, but I don't know, this is just sort of what happened, and I'm just going with it. This is a Luna version where she doesn't have that cosmic sort of mane, just because that would be a little bit difficult for me to translate into a sketch in the amount of time I need to do it in, so like I don't have as much time for this one. I do have Luna with the whole ethereal hair thing going on though on my DeviantArt if you guys want to check that out. It's a little bit of a sad picture though, Luna's crying. But I think a lot of art that has Luna in it actually portrays her as sad, because her backstory is quite sad. Just like how there's not a ton of fan art of Batman being all happy and smiley, you know, eating cake with the Joker. There's probably art of that, but it's not every second picture. Alright, next random question. Number 769. What is your current mobile phone model and do you like it? I don't have one currently. I used to have a really old solo phone. I'm not sure what kind of fun it was. But I was with Solo. And it lasted me a really long time. It lasted me about, what would it be now, like 5 years? 5 or 6 years. It lasted me. And, it died, unfortunately. After such a long time, it finally died. So this is cake, because Celestia likes cake. And for the pranking bit, we will add some chili powder. It says chili really tiny there. Oh, and she's got to be levitating this as well. So there you go. That's Luna pranking Celestia. Oh, I forgot her cutie mark. Don't want to forget that. Luna has the oddest cutie mark. It's not bad. I like it, though. I don't like that the markings around the moon also count as the cutie mark. It's just not something I'm a big fan of. I wish that was just part of her coat, because I think it would make a lot more sense that way, because some horses do have, you know, spots and such. And we won't have her wearing her odd bib collar thing, because I'm assuming she's not on duty right now. Not working. Must be daytime. Celestia shift. Like I said, I really like Luna, but I wouldn't say she's my favorite of the princesses. I don't really have a favorite. I like them all. I guess if I had to pick one I like least, it would be Cadence, just because, well, she just doesn't feel like she has as much character as the other three. Obviously not as much as Twilight, but Cadence just seems to be a lot more flat in personality than the other ones, so yeah. And she doesn't really play a big role in much, aside from a Canterlot wedding. She'll appear, she just won't really do a lot. Yep. Next random question. How did you get your name? Now I'm going to talk about not my actual name, but my username. If you guys haven't gotten it by now, my username for both my personal YouTube and my DeviantArt and a whole bunch of other things because I wanted one that would fit across the board, is Porcelain Parasite. And basically how I got it is I always had different usernames and I never really felt connected with them, and I wanted one that I could just use for everything and one that I actually felt like belonged to me. And wasn't just, you know, random letters, numbers, or just little inside jokes or anything like that. So what I did was I sat down and I made a list of all of these words that I thought would be cool to have in a username. And then I decided, okay, I want alliteration in my username because I am a big fan of alliteration. I love words, so I just think alliteration always sounds really nice, or most of the time it sounds nice, sometimes not so much. So I wanted alliteration, and I picked Porcelain Parasite because A, I am a doll collector, I love dolls, and thus porcelain for porcelain dolls. Also because I am a sensitive person. I'm not overly sensitive, as in, like, I'm really good at taking criticism and all that, but I am the type to be really honest about my feelings and wear my heart on my sleeve sometimes, so porcelain, as in my personality as well, is sort of porcelain. And then Parasite just, I thought, sort of fit because I am a human being, and humans, currently at least, are kind of parasitic. We do contribute a lot, but we also are kind of parasitic, and it also fits into my love for things like vampires and monsters and all that sort of thing, which tend to be very parasitic beings, so it sort of fits, you know, my two sides: porcelain parasite, porcelain for all the cute and pleasant stuff, and parasite for all the not so pleasant stuff. So that's how I picked it. And so if you see a porcelain parasite somewhere on a website, chances are it is probably me, unless someone is really mean and just chooses to steal my name because they like it. Please don't do that. I will not be very happy. So if you see a porcelain parasite somewhere, it is probably me. Though I wouldn't just assume that. I would, like, talk to me and stuff first, just to make sure it's actually me. I don't want someone, you know, ruining my name, defaming my character. Yeah. Almost done lining her. Then we will just finish up coloring her, and we will be done. Hopefully this video is a little bit shorter than the last one, and also more entertaining. The last one was really like my first time doing anything like this, so I really was still getting my feet, my footing in it, and this one feels a lot more natural for me to be doing, but I would really like to get actual questions from people in the comments or on DeviantArt, however you want to contact me to ask me questions, and I will answer those in a video for you guys. Okay, now I'm going to color her, and as always, the coloring bit will be sped up. And there we have our third piece, which is Luna for Winged Justice. Thank you for requesting her. And she is going to present a very spicy cake to Celestia, though as Goddess of the Sun, maybe Celestia likes spicy foods, you never know. And chili powder and chocolate go really well together, so it might backfire on her. I think she turned out pretty cute. Yeah, I like Luna. So our three pieces for this episode are Luna, Mabel, and Tracing Sketch. And I really like all three of these this week, though tied for first place is definitely Tracing Sketch and Mabel, just because I'm so impressed by myself with Mabel. I've never drawn in that style, so it's amazing that I was able to actually do it. I'm very impressed with myself, which is great. But I also love Tracing Sketch. I love the little like ethereal wings that she's got. So I don't know, she just looks really, really cute in this picture, and she seems like a really cute OC. So, but Luna's cute too. They're all cute. Yep, I'm a big fan. So yeah, I think this episode turned out pretty well. Make sure to leave your requests, which I will be drawing in the next video, in the comments below. Also, if you have any suggestions for what I should talk about in my next video, leave those down there as well, and make sure to check out my DeviantArt. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you back here next week. Bye!